just wanted to get on and record these videos for you in regards to the God of the in-between. As many of you know, the past couple of years, that has really been my theme, the God of the in-between, and how he walks with us and how he establishes his covenant, his promise with us and to us as we navigate the in-between. And what is the in-between? What are we in between? We are in between what we know to be true, the Word of God, what the Word of God tells us, the truth, and what we often experience in real life, in real time. There are times when our body isn't healed and we do have sickness, but yet the Word of God says that the healing is the children's bread, and by his stripes we are healed. We know the Word of God says joy unspeakable and full of glory, and yet there are times where we don't have that joy. We know that the Word of God says that as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord, and that the seed of the righteous will be saved. But yet how many of us are walking through and navigating unsaved loved ones? What do we do with the in-between? And is it okay for us to question? Is it okay for us to have moments of doubt, to have moments where it seems like we don't have faith? What does that say about us? And are we alone with those feelings? Are we alone with those questions? Are we alone in the wrestling? If you find yourself in the in-between, if you find yourself wrestling with these questions, I want to encourage you by using some amazing men, some amazing characters in the Bible that wrestled. First, we hear about Elijah all the time. We hear about how Elijah defeated the prophets of Baal, how he called down fire from heaven to burn up the sacrifice after he had saturated the altar with water. We hear about his success. We hear about what an amazing prophet of God he was. But how often do we hear about the aftermath? When he ran from Jezebel, when he said to God, I can't take this anymore, just kill me, just take my life. And yet, how God came in and was gracious and basically said, Elijah, you know what you need? You need a nap. You need something to eat. God didn't write him off and say, what's wrong with you? Didn't you just see what I did? Didn't you just see how I used you? Didn't you just see how my power was made manifest in you? And now you're having this complete come apart? God didn't do that. As a matter of fact, he said, you need to take a nap. And after Elijah rested, then the angel of the Lord came and ministered to him. Even in Elijah's questioning, even in his wrestling, even in his having a dramatic meltdown. Just kill me now. I can't take it. This crazy woman's chasing me. Am I no better than the people before me? After that, God was like, honey, like my grandma used to do to me, Tammy, come sit down, have a cup of coffee and a biscuit. You need to slow your roll. You need to settle down. God was patient. God was gracious. And he met Elijah where he was. Then we have John the Baptist, who John the Baptist was Jesus's cousin. The Bible tells us that when Mary came to visit her cousin Elizabeth, that while John was still in the womb, he recognized Jesus as the Messiah while Mary was pregnant with Jesus and Elizabeth was pregnant with John. The Bible tells us that John leapt in the womb of his mother. So before John was even born, he knew who Jesus was. Even in his ministry, he said, there is one that is coming after me, whose sandals I am not worthy to untie. He must increase and I must decrease. And yet, when John was in prison and right before he was beheaded, he asked the question, is he really the one? Or do we need to find someone else? John questioned. John wrestled. Does it mean John didn't believe? Habakkuk said in chapter 1, verse 2, O Lord, must I call for help, but you do not listen? Violence is everywhere. I cry, but you do not come to save. An amazing prophet of the Lord, questioning and wrestling. David, a man called a man after God's own heart, wrestled frequently as we see throughout the psalm. Psalm 13, David questions God's attention and asks how long he will forget him or hide his face. Did it disqualify David? Peter, the rock, the one who was the first to acknowledge him as Christ, the Son of the living God, denied him. Abraham, Moses, and Zechariah all questioned. They all had their moments of the in-between. So what does this all mean? What is our takeaway? Point 1. He doesn't write you off in your wrestling. It's okay to ask questions. It's okay to bring all of that, all of those questions, all of that wrestling. It's okay to bring it to the Father. He doesn't write us off, but instead, he invites us into his rest. Come unto me, all ye who are weary and heavy laden. Learn of me, take my yoke upon you, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light, and I will be rest for your weary soul. Point 2, rest is spiritual warfare. Listen, friends, if we are constantly running on that treadmill, if we are constantly buying into the lie of society that we have to keep going, if we constantly are inundated with everybody else's voice but his, we are going to be tired. We are going to be tired. But when we slow down, it's in those moments that we can hear him clearly, because he doesn't come in the thunderous moments. He comes with that still, small voice. And point number 3, embrace your in-between moments. Look, if everything going right is a sign of your faith and Christianity, then everybody that God used in the Bible and Jesus himself would have failed according to that standard. Embrace your in-between moment. Bring him in to those in-between moments. It's there you will find him, and there you will constantly learn that he is trustworthy. He doesn't change, and he is establishing all he has promised in those in-between moments. Be blessed.